So I have this problem where I find large quantities of shovelware for really cheap and seen what sort of beautiful pieces of art people wasted a small portion of their life creating. And out of all these games, this one might be the worst I've ever had the pleasure of experiencing. And that means it's one of the best games I've ever had the pleasure of experiencing. Okay, fire it up, wait to get to the title screen, and okay, alright. There's a lot of companies and engines that need to be credited. That should make this game really good, right? Hello? Is anyone there? Oh, is that you, Windows 95? Okay, well I'll just select you. Oh, Jesus! Okay, options, levels, locked levels. Okay, let's just start with Training Temple and experience this from beginning to end. And that's when we finally get into this little piece of magic. Welcome to Anubis II. Something's wrong with just moving alone. Anubis has two speeds. He's either completely still or Sonic the Damn Hedgehog. Most games have some amount of acceleration, if even just for a split second. Here there's no in between, you're either at 0 or 100%. And it's really jarring when that's the first thing you have to get used to. Also, jumping is, hard. Really hard. It says shake the nunchuck upward to jump, but I found that setting it softly in your lap also is a good way to do it. And platforming is a precise thing, even more so in 3D games. They really weren't thinking at all when they decided to make you waggle this thing around just to jump. So eventually I make it through this weird platforming section. I clip through this item a few times and... What was that? And then this door opens. And I make it to these dudes who, just hanging out. It says 0 out of 6 enemies, so they're enemies, right? That bar wasn't there before. I need to kill them, right? They don't seem that bad. Oh, okay, it's coming to get me. It's getting me. Oh man, I'm getting got. I'm not dying. Where's my life? What did I do with my life? Did I spend it playing Anubis II? So before playing this, I took a quick thumb through the manual and I learned that there's various ways to kill enemies, one of them being to jump on them. But it seems like the first enemies you can't even jump on. Why would you tell me I can jump on them if I can't, with the first encounter? So I cleared these bad guys, Anubis does his mating call again, and I move on to the last part of the tutorial. Shooting with your staff thing. It wants me to point at these targets with the Wiimote to fire balls of energy. And I noticed that this is also really good for spinning the camera around uncontrollably to make it worse than it already is. Just shooting in general is really sticky. I get a lock on when I fire and then it just doesn't let go for half a second. So after I blasted these inanimate objects, I get to go through one more door where the game just stops all of a sudden and in PowerPoint slideshow fashion lets you know that you're done with the tutorial level. Thanks, game. Thanks. So, now that we know what we're in for, we're good to go and ready to play the first level. And... is that me? And health? I got health now? What's that, some sort of beaded necklace? Got a power gauge over here. Looks like my Jupiter count is at 3. Where was all this shit 5 seconds ago when I needed to figure out what it all was? But no, don't worry about it. Doesn't matter. Well, at least your HP is obvious now. When you kill an enemy, a heart comes out, and you can collect it, but you'll be battling the awful camera and hit detection the whole way, so good luck with that. I also quickly abandoned the useless melee attack to kill anything. It doesn't ever go off when I want it to, and that means taking damage. I mean, seriously, look at this. I swear I'm trying my hardest just to swing the thing, but it isn't working. At least the beam is safe and kinda works. You hear that? That buzzing? Where is it? What is that? Oh, it's the mosquito dude. And this isn't the only grating sound effect in the game. Every time I get a checkpoint, it screams at me. What did I do, man? So what I'm supposed to be doing to clear these levels is follow this arrow and collect all the pyramids stuck in jello that it leads me to. So I'm just gonna grab this one really quick before the enemy hits me, and Oh, that's cool. I got hit immediately because the enemy was right on top of me. Once you get them all, you get to jump on this teleporter thing. No one responds to your mating call because you're all alone. And now on to... oh, need a bonus stage. So yeah, not sure what's going on either. So after a few tries, I figured out that this is me. These are points, like points ever mattered, and these are enemies you could lead into the lava. There is no winning or losing this. No matter what happens, you could just go to the next stage after. And I couldn't figure out anything this gives me besides points, so... yeah, screw this. Alright, next level is... Crank. Crank. Good name, 10 out of 10, IGN. So on this level, we have more of what can only be interpreted as floating yellow and brown Unity assets. But it introduces a new mechanic. Whatever this is. It tells you to interact with these obelisks by waving your Wiimote upward, but I still have no clue how to do it. Sometimes he just won't do it. Sometimes he attacks instead. Sometimes I can't get him to stop doing it. I don't even know what to say about this level. It's more of the same bullshit. The only thing that got a real laugh out of me in this level was this bridge with an invisible hitbox. It looks like I could walk right up to it. It slopes and everything, but nope, it is, I don't even know. There's just this space that I can't walk on. I could stand on it. It's just weird. So once we beat that level, we've got another bonus stage? And it's the exact same thing. Okay, yeah, next level. Next stage is Temple. Not nearly as good as Crank. You know, I didn't even notice until now, but this stage actually has new music. Yeah, I thought the entire game was just one soundtrack, but if you listen really closely, it's actually different. Everything just sounds kind of the same and melts together, so I couldn't even tell it was different. But yeah, they actually bothered to make more than one song. Way to go, 10 points to Gryffindor. Alright, so... what do I do? Where do I go? No, seriously, I've been stuck in this tiny room for at least 10 minutes, and it took me all of 30 seconds to scout the thing out. What do I do? Okay, I can move this box. And this feature has never been, nor ever will be used again. At this point, I was really questioning everything about this game. Like, can I jump on enemies? It said I could. I thought I could. But now I just don't know anymore. I'm jumping around on these guys. I took a couple of them for a ride for a split second, and then they just exploded into bones. Is it poor hit detection? Is the game just having a seizure? How about this guy? Oh, well, hey, look at this. I'm riding him through the sky. Oh, I killed him. So you can jump on everything. Even these pyramid head guys, which I previously thought you couldn't. It's just that everything has a pixel perfect angle you need to jump on them, or else it just doesn't count. And you'd have to be morbidly curious to figure out this in the first place, because it's just so hard to do it with these stupid jump mechanics and the camera. I actually spent a good while mashing all the buttons to see if there was any sort of magic fix for this game in general, and lo and behold, there's one that makes things a heck of a lot easier. It's called the C button. It makes you jump. So, no more waving around acting like I have Parkinson's to get up walls. Wish the game told me that instead of this stupidness. I couldn't even figure out where to go a lot of the time on this stage because the arrow just blends in with itself, and it becomes really difficult to figure out what direction it's actually pointing. It's just one giant solid mass of color. I can't say there was anything particularly special about this stage. Just follow the arrow, find a couple of ankle-high walls, and move on to the next stage. Another bonus stage. Okay, yeah, I'm not even surprised anymore. The Great Wall. Of China? Of Egypt? Does Egypt have any Great Wall? Whatever. And how exactly do I get over this bridge? Just like that, I suppose. This is actually the first stage where I lost all my lives on. When this happens, it just takes you back to the beginning of the stage and you have to do everything all over again. So I run away from sentient confetti, grab some pyramids, get back to the bridge, and I promptly slide off and die. Okay, maybe that was a fluke. Or maybe getting up it was a fluke. So what you're actually supposed to do is find this pillar and do your Wiimote jiggle disco party thing to lower it. And I guess I just glitched myself up it the first time and didn't even know it. Blow through that level, another bonus level, and now... final confrontation? Does that mean this is the last level? Okay, so if this is the last level, and we subtract the bonus stages and the tutorial, we're left with 4 levels? I don't know if I'm disappointed or relieved. In this stage, there's no collecting pyramids, you just kill a handful of enemies and spin your Wiimote in the air like a moron to bring down walls, which eventually leads to a boss fight? Yeah, that's right, this game actually ends on a boss fight. I mean, yeah, it's as much of a boss fight as this is a game, but I'm still impressed. So you swing at him, you shoot at him, then nothing works. And he's protected by an invisible wall, so you're not jumping on him either. What you actually have to do is kill him with grenades. Yeah, grenades. Didn't I tell you about them? Yeah, well, nobody told me about them either. Remember our good friend Jupiter over here? Apparently those were grenades all along, and you need to hold the A button and swing your Wiimote just to throw them. And you don't start with any Jupiters in the beginning of this stage either. You have to climb invisible platforms into the sky to find them as pickups. Hit him with 3 of these and he's dead. His corpse falls through the floor, you follow him down, and you're now in probably the most laughable room I've been in this entire game. So it's yellow when I'm facing this way, but if I adjust my camera in the opposite direction, it's suddenly red. The lighting is so out of control in this room, and it's completely different colors based on what direction you're facing. Like, how do you even do this? Anyways, enough of that. Get out your one last... and you finished the game. Evil Khufu. Khufu? Khufu. There was a story? Now hold on just a second. Yeah, nothing here. Yeah, no. Nothing in here besides confront the evil Mumhotep, but no mention of a Khufu. In fact, looking at the manual has only made this more confusing. Who's Mumhotep, or whatever that says? Is that Khufu? How hard was it to make this consistent at all? There's no mention of Khufu in the manual, and there's no mention of Mumhotep in the game. And that's that. As far as the game's concerned, you have 100% completed Anubis II. Out of all of my shovelware dives, this is probably one of the worst games I've ever played, and that makes it prime shovelware. Seriously, if you have $5 to spare and you want to make a good drinking game out of this on a weekend with your friends, or a bad drinking game, then this is one of the best ways to do it. And now, the credits. Conspiracy Entertainment. Special thanks, Mom and Dad, other Mom and Dad, Hygiene. Yeah, they know what they did. Hey there, didn't see ya. Thanks for giving this video a watch. If you liked it, feel free to subscribe. I plan on coming out with a new video every week. I'd like to give a special thanks to my mom and dad, and all 3 of you watching. Are any of you a Gene? Hi, Gene.